Situated in the heart of East Sussex, Plumpton Racecourse is a rural venue offering 16 days of jump racing a year. I've come to visit the home of the Sussex National to find out more about how this hidden gem continues to impress. Russell, you've only been here since March, but tell us since you started about some of the improvements that have happened here at Plumpton.
Started in March, and we've done loads of improvements to the racecourse. First of all, probably more importantly than anything, we appointed new caterers. A company called Strong Flavours. They are lucky enough to have Andrew Lloyd Webber's theatre group, and they do some catering at Crawley Town Football Club, and they come with a great pedigree behind them. The fine dining elements have been significantly enhanced, and we've really done a big push here at Plumpton on the public F&B side, because the public catering probably could have been enhanced a little while previously, but we've done an awful lot now to improve the offering, and that's great to have the caterers on board with us.
And in terms of the website as well, you've made some recent improvements to that. Is it easier to use now?
Yep, so website, nice fresh new look to the website, easy to navigate. It's really important to the website to get the right information and not bombard customers with information, so you can go straight through, one click through to book tickets, and all of our information on there about everything else that we can do here at Plumpton, including our non-racing events.
And in terms of Plumpton going forward and your time here, what do you look to achieve in the short term?
So Plumpton, for us, it's all about for the good of racing. We are Plumpton Racecourse. We love what we do. We enjoy welcoming all sorts to the racecourse, and we're really significantly looking to improve the customer journey for all of our customers, to just really kind of make Plumpton a lovely place to come back to. And we have a very loyal following anyway, but we really want to encourage new race goers. We've got loads more entertainment going on our feature days, further improvements to the fixture list, and we will be in really good shape.
Plumpton hold a variety of themed race days throughout the year, but one of the most important days in their calendar is the Moorcroft charity fixture. The day includes a number of different fundraising events, including a silent auction and the Shetland pony race, all in aid of gaining much needed funds for one of horse racing's vital charities. You could just tell us about the charity Moorcroft.
Moorcroft was set up to look after any ex-racehorse that's finished racing and needs to be trained to have a new career. So we operate in West Sussex, and the horses come to us from the trainers and previous owners, and we give a commitment of care for life. So we say that we'll never sell the horse on, we will always own it, we will retrain it to do whatever it enjoys doing, hacking, schooling, a little bit of jumping, whatever it enjoys doing, and then we find good homes for them, and we visit them every year for the rest of their lives. So you'll always be able to keep track of where they are and how they're doing, and we give that commitment, and we're committed to it then for as long as it takes, really.
So just tell us about the actual race day here that you hold at Plumpton. What are you aiming to achieve here?
It's vital funding that we need to keep going through the year. Obviously all this retraining and rehabilitation costs money. We're so grateful to everybody who's come today and given us their time and their money. So we have 2 big days in the year, 2 big fundraising days in the year, plus lots of smaller ones, and we really depend on this day to be able to run the centre properly for the year.
And we've seen in the marquee down there a huge turnout for the charity auction, and also a silent auction that runs side by side. Is that right?
Yeah, and we're absolutely thrilled. We can't believe the generosity of people who support us and help us, and it's vital to us. We're very, very grateful to all of them.
And obviously we're only at the start of the day, but the auction seems to be making a huge amount of money.
Yeah, there's great support in there, people bidding. We got some great prizes from really generous people, which we really value and appreciate, and it's great that people are prepared to pay that little bit more to enjoy them.
And finally, have you found that this race day here at Plumpton has developed over the years? Has it grown in size?
Yeah, it's grown in size. We get the same great group of people who keep supporting us, plus a few more every year, and we just try to make it the best day we can for everybody, so they will want to come back next year, as it's such a vital part of running the whole centre for the year.
Plumpton has seen top-class horses race round their mile-long left-handed course, and we caught up with a few people who know the track here better than most. None more so than Clerk of the Course Mark Cornford, who has been here for over 35 years.
Been a tremendous amount of investment in drainage. When Peter Saville and Adrian Pratt purchased the course back in '98, they took on a programme of putting drainage in, because we were losing a few meetings to waterlogging, You're always going to lose the odd one to frost and things, but we've moved on a lot since then with the covers coming in and that. But no, they've invested heavily in drainage. I couldn't give you a ballpark figure, but a considerable amount of money for Plumpton, and it's paid dividends on most days for Plumpton. We've got meetings on that in the past we would never have done.
Wow, impressive. So for anyone of our viewers that hasn't been here to Plumpton before, just tell us about the actual track, about the idiosyncrasies of it.
Yeah, well, it's a tight circuit relative, really. It's a clay sub-base, and it's a mile and a furlong round with 6 fences and 5 flights of hurdles. I mean, the experts tell me that you need a handy horse to negotiate the turns. It doesn't always suit the big, long-striding, galloping horse. We've had a few here over the years, and they've jumped the fences well, but been caught out when the running is in between, if you like, picking up the speed again. But no, it's a tight little track, and I think it's a fair course too.
And as clerk of the course here, on a day-to-day basis, what are your sort of challenges here at Plumpton?
Well, the weather obviously is paramount because we race right through the winter months, September to May, so the weather can play all sorts of tricks on you. I mean, for this meeting, we've been watering for nearly 2 weeks, and just recently, the last 2 days, we've had some rain, 12 mils now, half an inch. So the ground has altered a small amount this morning. It hasn't moved drastically. I've removed the good to firm places and called it blanket good for today's meeting. And yeah, I mean, the course itself, it can take a lot of wear because it's not very wide. So we tend to run on similar lines more often than perhaps most. I mean, the hurdle course, we will swing them out and in with the times of the year. The chase course, other than the bends, we don't get that much variation. So it does take a lot of wear. So it's that sort of side of it which can be difficult to handle.
So also it's been a track that trainers are not afraid to run good horses at, and you've seen some really high calibre horses here in the past.
Yes, I think it's fair to say that some of the trainers are more inclined to run their better horses here. We've shown that we can produce some decent ground, and as we've already alluded to with the fences and things, they're fair. There's a fair hill to run down here at Plumpton, but I think sometimes it's an advantage to tackle these undulations, shall we say, because it's turf racing, all courses are different, and you need to handle these things. But no, I mean, I'd like to think that most trainers would not be frightened, bearing in mind the going on the day, to run a better horse at Plumpton than of years ago.
And Mick Fitzgerald, you're obviously here in your At the Races reporting capacity today, but you've ridden around Plumpton in the past when you were a jockey. Tell us what it's like here.
It's actually a track that you can nick a race or two, especially over fences. If you're on a good jumper, I never wanted to be in behind. You know, I think for me, I always wanted to be near the front end, and especially if you can use your horse going down the hill. If you can turn at the top of the hill and just let fly, you can steal a few lengths down at the bottom and then fill your horse up all the way around the bend, and once you get straight, kick again. And jumping is the name of the game around here, especially in those novice chases. Is
there any particular fence that was a bogey fence for you, or is a bogey fence in general for jockeys today?
I think the fence at the top of the hill, if you get caught out, if something just gets a run on you and suddenly a horse grabs the bridle and there's a nothing stride there, you've got a decision to make, and it's got to be split second whether you either sit or whether you go and send him. And I think, you've almost got to have complete faith in your horse, and that's the difference. Jockeys can win races around here by doing and being brave, and that's the name of the game.
And you obviously rode around here a few years back, but how much has the course changed from when you were riding till now? Has it not changed very much at all?
I don't think it's changed that much. I think ground management has improved. A lot of clerks of the courses now, they've gotten a bit more aware of how they can maintain their grass coverage throughout the year. And, here at Plumpton, Mark Orford does a brilliant job. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty and muck in with the lads. And I think that shows here by the surface that he's provided for the racing for the last few years.
And now you've come here in a reporting capacity. Do you enjoy coming here to report throughout the races? Do you find that there's decent jockeys, decent trainers?
Yeah, there is. And the thing that I like about Plumpton is there's always a great atmosphere when you come here as well. And that can make a huge difference for any course. Because if you see people that make you smile when you walk through the gates, it makes you want to come back. So, yeah, I do. I like it down here.
It's a lovely track to ride around. The fence take a bit of jumping, but it's fair for most of the horses, and love it.
And to my novice eye, it seems like a fairly tight track. What sort of horse would you need in particular to win around here?
The ground can get quite soft, so you do need something that stays well. But when the ground's quick, like I say, it's a tight track, and it does suit some of the speedier types, especially in sort of those novice hurdles where you get horse off the flat running. So on the whole, you just need something that sort of stays well, because even though it is tight, the finish is uphill and the ground can get quite soft.
Unify on the right, the nose-banded Code of Law, then Oliver's Hill Code of Law joins and maybe passes Unify, who's immediately ridden along. It's Code of Law and Unify, joined now by Oliver's Hill, who's now being produced, just hanging in a little. Code of Law getting very close to Oliver's Hill over the last. Oliver's Hill on the outside, of Code of Law, then Unify the Rail, and up towards the line, Oliver's Hill taking a fractional lead, hanging across the track, but goes on to win.
So we have a winning trainer here, Lornie Hill. Just tell us how that race went for you.
The plan was to jump out and burn them off with our speed, but to be honest, they went flat out, and after 2 fences he came past us and he was going as fast as he could. So I knew they couldn't keep that up the whole race. So in fact Nick did a great job settling down, just picking his way through the field. I thought at one point, you know, he was getting into a bit of trouble, but he said he didn't want to get him there too soon. So it's the first time with the blinkers. I think that really helped, that when he did get in front, then he put his head down and battled on, and it went on to do it nicely in the end.
And as a trainer, I mean, here at Plumpton, we've got a glorious race day, Smallcroft Charity Day. Feels like really nice vibes for everyone here. But as a trainer, do you enjoy having runners here?
I enjoy having winners anywhere, but very honoured to win this Josh Gifford race. That means a huge amount. You know, growing up, he was always, you know, training, and someone who one has a huge amount of respect for.
Great stuff. And in terms of your owners and the hospitality that Plumpton provides, are you well catered for here?
Very well catered, and they're very good at listening to what people think and trying to provide the best experience for owners, so yes.
I think it's a pretty fair track. You get a reasonable standard of racing. The prize money's pretty good. We've had a fair bit of success here in the past, so yeah, I quite like coming here for a nice day out. And the owners enjoy it as well. They're well looked after. The owners' room's quite a comfortable room. The viewing's quite good. When we've had a winner, we've been treated very, very well with you know, a nice glass of champagne and a video and a little prize and you know, a trophy. So the owners love that. They really enjoy it, and they're made to feel special. So it's a nice track to visit.
It's safe to say that Plumpton may not be the biggest track in the country, but what it lacks in sheer size, it makes up for in a friendly atmosphere, good racing on a fair track, and above all, top-class hospitality for its visitors.